Good morning. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to practice some Tai Chi walking. So just adjusting the screen and your view. So welcome. Take one hand, hold the past, take the other hand, hold the future, and let's bring them together into this present moment. So let's practice some Tai Chi walking. What makes it Tai Chi walking? Good question. Tai Chi walking is when we're walking with awareness, with awareness of what? Of our three treasures. So we're aware of our alignment, we're aware of our movement, how we're moving through space. We notice our breathing. So body, alignment, breath, awareness, and mind intent. So for our Tai Chi walking, our mind intent is to really notice and feel the sensation of our body moving through space. We call that proprioception, our awareness of the weight shift and the stepping, the transfer of weight, the releasing of the heel, the foot on the ground, connecting to the earth. All of that is our proprioception, noticing the movement. But we're also interested in noticing sensation, how it feels to walk this way, the internal dialogue we have with ourselves, and any internal noticing, our breathing, state of our mind, any awareness of how our feet feel on the ground. And today you'll notice I'm just wearing socks. It's fine to practice in bare feet. And socks, you can probably feel the ground better than wearing shoes. So if that's available to you, wonderful. I have space here to step about 4 or 5 steps forward before I come to the screen. So we're going to practice walking forward and walking backward today. And we're going to start with our feet parallel. So let's see what that looks like. So look down at your feet, take a look. If your feet are angled out, that means your hips are open. So what we want to do is fold the hips in, and your feet don't need to be right next to each other, right? We're just comfortably hip distance apart. And then let's just begin with a little bounce and shake to release some tension for this practice. Bounce a little. Notice my bounce is coming from my feet. So I'm lightly lifting my heels and letting my arms just flop around like a rag doll. And I can shake my arms to one side and to the other side. I can shake up and down. I can wiggle my hips. So here we just want to be spontaneous, noticing our breathing. And exhale a little bit, inhale, connecting to our body this morning. And again, just trying to release a little bit of tension. Maybe you just woke up, or maybe you've been out busy all day and now you're going to come into the practice mindset. So we want to really just put all that aside, relax. And now let's just shift our weight side to side. As you shift your weight, see if you can keep the knees, the hips all very quiet, upper body quiet. We're just shifting weight side to side. Good. Now come to center. Now we're going to shift weight forward and back. This is a little more subtle, maybe harder to see on the screen. I'm rocking a little bit forward. My weight is into the balls of my feet more than the heels, but my heels are still on the ground. Yeah, and now to the heels, balls of my feet are starting to lift, but they're still on the ground. So this is weight shifting. And again, the upper body is quiet, knees are soft, shoulders, hips, head, all in alignment. Chin, just relaxed. Cervical vertebrae aligned, lengthening, relaxing the shoulders. Arms are just sort of hanging in front. We're really going to forget about our arms. Just let them be relaxed as much as possible. All right. Now we're going to shift weight and come onto one leg and empty that foot and just touch the toe. Good. And now we're going to extend that foot. So a step is just as an extension. Notice that my torso hasn't moved. It's just extending the knee, Now I'm going to transfer weight onto that front foot, just enough so that my ball and heel are on the ground. Back heel still on the ground. Let's come back onto the back leg and try it on the other side. Shift weight. Now my weight is on my window side. You can see the window there in my hairy plant. Empty this leg, bring it in, and just extend the knee. Notice when I extend the knee, I'm not going straight ahead. There's space here, space between my legs. So I want to kind of extend to the diagonal rather than thinking of stepping forward. Think of stepping to the side. Good. Now we're going to transfer the weight onto that front foot. Check and see if your back heel's on the ground. Excellent. Now come onto that sofa side leg fully, empty the foot, and we just touch down. We're just posting the foot, just post standing. Notice that very quiet in the upper body. Extend out. Now, no, when I begin to transfer my weight, I sink down a little bit. Good. And then come onto the front leg. My back heel right now is still on the ground. And now I'm releasing. You can see a little bit my foot, and then I come into standing. And I'm just going to come back again because it's really helpful to see and watch my feet. So shift weight. This time I'm going to step with my window side leg, step out, sink down, transfer the weight, press the back heel into the ground even. Feel the weight on the front leg and the back leg. Just notice what percent of your body weight seems to be where. Oftentimes there's usually a little more weight on the front leg, right? Because that's the forward leg. That's the leg we're going to transfer our weight to now. So we release the back heel. Post the foot or just step out. If you feel like you have to tilt forward in order to take that step, you're stepping too far. So just step to the side, transfer the weight, and stand for a moment. This is our front stance parallel. So we're not opening our hip. And now let's just practice this a little bit together. Empty and step. Transfer the weight. I'll come forward again, transfer the weight. Okay, now I'm going to step backward. So stepping backward, I'm going to turn around, face my back wall. I'm going to transfer the weight. This time, step with the toe. Bend the knees, transfer the weight. Keep the front knee a little soft and bent. Keep the back knee bent. Remember, the shoulders, hips really aren't involved here. This is a lower body practice. Transfer the weight. So I'm going to come back. So now stepping with the other foot, step back, sink back, empty the front foot, bring it in, post. And again, we're stepping out. We're not stepping straight back. Step out a little bit on the diagonal. Transfer the weight. Post the foot. Good. And transfer the weight. Again, this time, it doesn't really matter which foot you lead with because you're going to get both feet involved, right? And just sort of look out and kind of relax and then take a moment and we'll just step parallel and just notice how you feel. Notice what you weren't thinking about. There's a lot to breaking it down, just going really slow. And if you don't have space in your room, in other words, to take a bunch of steps, if you're in a small space, you can shift the weight, extend the foot, transfer the weight, then just rock to the back leg, bring the foot in, shift to the other side, and step. So it's simulated stepping without really moving forward. All right, so transfer the weight, extend the foot, come forward, come back, step parallel, shift the weight, step, shift back, and parallel. Good. All right. Let's do a little gathering breath. Inhale. Why do we do this? Exhale. I'll speak to that in a moment. Right now, we're just clearing. It's kind of like a clearing the air, clearing ourselves. So all that concentration of what am I doing with my feet? We're just letting it wash away. Wash it out. All right. So lots of practice there. It's very simple. And as you're walking around your room, you can kind of look around Just practice being mindful about your stepping. Just notice the transfer of weight. And as you're practicing, just trying to keep a little more space between your feet. So that's a more stable stance. Of course, the wider we get, the more we are like a mountain. We've talked about that in class, embrace tiger, return to mountain. And this idea of our body's strength coming from its base, from the earth, is something we continue to explore in Tai Chi practice. Just doing a little reset here. Now we're going to work with our hip opening. And in class this week, we talked about big toe leads and pinky leads in the Yi Jin Jing, the tendon changing practice. If you haven't done that yet, I'm going to make a video about it, and you will learn about it in class soon. Yi Jin Jing is the stretching all the connective tissue in the body, tendons and ligaments, and it teaches us a little bit about rotation. The two joints in our body that are the most mobile are the shoulders and the hips. So in Tai Chi walking, we take advantage of this. It's by using the hip opening to gain a more stable and wider base. Also has martial arts applications, which we'll learn about in class as well. So let's just begin by sinking down a little. So stand like you're sitting. Check your alignment. And now shift weight onto one leg. I'm shifting to the sofa side leg, empty. This part is the very same as what we were just doing. Now touch the heel and transfer the weight. Good. We're in a front stance. Okay, we're going to rock to the back leg. Here's where it's different. We rock back. And when the weight is really on that back leg, you can test this by seeing if you can lift your heel. If you still have weight in that front leg, the extended leg, it's going to be hard to lift that leg. So really try to empty it. And when it's empty, instead of lifting, you're just going to open the hip. So you're going to let the little pinky toe lead and make a little opening here. And you notice that now your toe is pointing diagonally. Good. Now we're going to transfer weight onto that foot and let your torso align itself with that front knee, front leg. Now you're visually looking toward the corner. I hope so. All right. Now empty the back heel, lift the back foot, come into your post standing. And now we're going to step straight ahead toward the screen. So extend to the side, transfer the weight. And now if you look down, you'll notice that one hip is open, and that should be the rear leg, the front leg, knee, and toe are all facing the screen. And I'll step back so you can see what that looks like, just way back. So there's a little hip opening here. And now just transfer back and forward, rock back and forward, and feel that when you come backward, you may turn toward to align, see if you can align your torso with that back knee. It's just a little rotation. And that is called yielding. When we come back and we move away from what's in front of us, we yield to the energy in front of us. When we are moving forward, we are moving our energy forward. So chi is, our vital life force, our energy, where we can push it out, we can gather it in. There's a lot of ways we can play with that. Let's try this on the other side. So we shift weight a little bit. This time we come onto the window side leg. We step forward with the opposite foot. Come onto that foot. This is the same as parallel stepping. Our feet are still parallel. Now we're going to rock to the back leg. And when the front leg is empty of weight, in other words, that sandbag, all the sand is poured into the back leg, we open the hip. And then just let your torso align with the knee and toe and look toward the corner. Come onto the front leg. You're still looking at the corner of the room, of your room. If you're in a room, if you're outside, that's different. You have to visualize the space, figure out some points of reference. Good. Now rock back, bring the toe in. And now when we step, it's really step to the side, step out, shift the weight, rock back, open the hip, and step toward that front foot. Again, it's a diagonal. So it's somewhat of a zigzag. So we go forward, we rock back, we look to the corner, we step in, we come forward. Let's try it. And if you have the room, great. And if not, I'll give you a modification. So shift weight, extend the foot. Good. Rock forward, rock back, open the hip, look toward the corner and step. And step out. Now we're stepping with the sofa side leg. Come on to the front leg. Rock back, open toward the corner, the opposite corner. Step in. You can notice the environment, but try to stay focused on the sensation in your body, the shifting of weight. Notice right now if your back heel is still on the ground. If it is, good. Rock back. Now you're really feeling the weight drop down into that leg. Really bend that back knee. Front knee is straight, but knee is not locked. And then align toward the corner and step. Good. We'll take one more step forward. I know you can't see my feet, but you're paying attention to your own feet. So just see how it feels. And it is different. This is different. So, okay, last step. Now I'm close to the screen, closer. I'm going to step backward. So I'm going to shift weight onto my back leg. Notice again that the torso is quiet, shoulders, arms, head, not doing much. Just paying attention, trying to relax, soft belly, soft jaw, and breathe. Relax our mind. Okay. Woo, I feel the weight on my back leg. Now I'm going to diagonally step. So step out, shift the weight. That back hip is open. You can look down and see if that toe is angled out. And now when the weight is on my back leg, I just adjust the front foot. You'll see what that looks like in a moment. Now I post in, step back, toe first, and shift the weight and adjust the front foot. You should be able to see that tweaking of the foot in the next step. So post the foot, see that diagonal? I'm stepping out, transfer the weight, hip is open. I come onto the back leg, adjust the front toe. One more time. Post the foot, diagonal step, shift the weight, and adjust the front foot. There you can see it from open to closed. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's a little introduction to Tai Chi walking. Now let's just practice a little bit. So practice together, and here's the modification. If you don't have space to walk too many steps forward, you can shift weight, empty step, right? That's just extend the foot. Now transfer the weight. Good. Rock back. Here we do our hip opening and look toward the corner. Here's the variation. Instead of stepping onto the front leg, we're going to step back to parallel. Well, not exactly to parallel, but feet together and shift weight. Come onto that leg. Now we're still looking at the corner and we extend the other foot. Shift weight, come forward. Rock back, look toward the corner. Instead of coming onto the front foot, we just bring that front foot back, shift weight, and step. And it's simulated Tai Chi walking. And this is Toshi Cat coming in to say, Robin, what are you doing? All right, back and open and step. And if you have room, rock forward, rock back, step, and rock forward, rock back, and step. She's giving me a little obstacle course. Always be aware of where your pet is because they can be a tripping hazard. And we want our Tai Chi walking to be a balanced practice and not a balanced disaster. So thank you, Toshi. And thank you, everyone, for showing up for Tai Chi. Enjoy the practice. Leave any questions in the chat, in the comment section, and be well. Enjoy. Practice outdoors, practice indoors. And I'll see you in class. Thank you so much for joining me today. And